So the other day, I think on Instagram, maybe on YouTube, I think it was YouTube, somebody asked me, how often do you change strings, Birdsnake? And it's a funny question because I don't really have an answer. It depends on the season, depends on how often I play the same guitar, depends on how many gigs I'm playing this week. For instance, this Les Paul, I haven't been gigging with it a lot. I've mainly just been playing it at home, and I don't know when the last time I changed strings on it was. They don't have little bumps in between the frets. There's a little bit of a layer of dirt on there, a little bit. They're not nasty like I played outdoors, but I can feel that they're not just perfect, but there are no bumps underneath, which if you feel underneath your string like this, you see my fingers underneath the string, if you feel underneath your string like that and it feels bumpy at all, then you will have intonation problems sometimes. So that's one way I know when to change my strings. If they feel bumpy underneath when I run my finger underneath them, then because sometimes you'll be going along and playing a gig and then you'll know you're in tune, but something just won't sound right. It can be your strings. I've actually received D'Addario strings before where there was like a kink in one of the strings, like a little bend, and it wouldn't intonate right. So, but that can happen just from pressing on the frets, from playing the guitar a lot. So that's one way. Another way is like with Stratocasters. Sometimes it just sounds so good with a brand new set of strings on it. So if I'm playing the Strats a lot, I will get in the habit of buying a box of strings and just changing strings on the Stratocaster as often as I can stand to. Now, another example of not knowing how often I change strings is in the summer, I will take the Parker Fly and put a set of strings on it, and well, let's back that up. I won't even put a new set of strings on it. As the summer comes on, like the Parker Fly, whatever strings are on that guitar right now, I'm going to leave them on it for the rest of the summer, no matter how bad it gets, because it will be my guitar to take to outdoor gigs. When it's 100 degrees outside and you barely have any shade, it's best just to keep on killing the same set of strings instead of changing strings and getting one gig out of them. Now, when I used to just play two Stratocasters and like rotate them, I would change strings frequently. Like once a week, I'd change both guitar strings. But I've really got out of the habit of doing that. Now I change them when they don't sound good anymore. That's the number one way. When they don't sound good, or if they don't feel good, that's when I change strings. Also, if I'm playing jazz a lot, it's going to be more about the feel of the strings, because I'm playing with a darker tone. I don't need the strings to be as bright. So as long as they're not crazy dead, if they feel good, then they're good enough. So I guess the answer is change strings whenever they don't feel good or whenever they don't sound good. But it would be wrong of me to be like, well, you need to change strings every week on every guitar. I mean, unless I sell guitar strings for a living, it's just not necessary. Anyway, just thought I'd do a little bit of an answer to a question that somebody had. I'm Birdsnake. Thanks for watching.